Hi there. This line is taken from the game Anand against Kosteniuk in 2009. It's in the Vienna Ragozin in the Queen's Gambit declined, an opening I previously knew next to nothing about, but one I've come to treasure. Let's just call it the Kosteniuk Ragozin. After d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, and d5, knight c3. It's a regular Queen's Gambit. After d takes on c4, allowing e4. Now bishop b4, pinning the knight on c3. That's the signature move of the Ragozin. And white counters here with bishop g5, pinning the knight on f6. So through perhaps an irregular sequence of moves, we've reached the position of the Vienna variation of the Ragozin in the Queen's Gambit declined. And the Vienna is when black captures the pawn on c4 and allows white to play e4. Okay, so black to move. Black attacks the center with c5, and white's two choices here are usually bishop takes on c4 or e5 immediately. They're both actually explosive lines. So after e5, black plays c takes on d4, hitting the knight on c3 as well. And the black knight is hanging precariously there on f6. Queen a4 by white, and loads of pieces are under fire. Now the bishop on b4 is under attack as well. So after that check, knight c6 interposes and defends. White continues aggressively with long castles, meaning that the knight on c3 can't be taken because the d4 pawn is pinned on the d file by the rook on d1. So that pin is broken by bishop d7 by black, and now the knight on c3 is under fire. Of course, white can always take on f6 as well, but the knight from c3 jumps to e4, and it looks as if the knight now on f6 has gone. So bishop e7 means that black is resolved to giving up a piece for attacking play. White takes down the piece, and after g takes f6, bishop withdraws to h4. This is a position extremely interesting we've looked at. I think there was the Kosteniuk line here with knight b4, which is losing. a6 is a good try. Rook c8 has been played. In this variation that Anand played, that Kosteniuk played, e5 was met with bishop takes on c4. Now a6 means b5 is going to happen, or wants to happen. So the queen drops back to b3, hitting now f7 as well as the pawn on b7. And knight a5 guards everything, hits the bishop, hits the queen, but allows bishop takes on f7. Well, I think here white would be doing okay if knight took on an arrow just appeared wrongly from the bishop to the knight, but knight takes on f6 would actually give white chances first. Let's just go through that. Knight takes, check, because after bishop takes, now bishop takes, check, king f8, perhaps queen a3, with chances here for white. That would have been an interesting line, but rather than play knight takes on f6, Anand played bishop takes on f7. I think here he's losing now in all variations. Well, in this trap itself, Kosteniuk missed the winning line. After king f8, queen d3, now the queen has to back off, and bishop b5 hits the queen, and after queen d2, now king takes on f7. Well, white here is losing, so Anand went for full attack with queen h6. The idea here would be to probably eventually sacrifice, make something happen here on f6. Queen c8 was played, check, and the queen is heading to the defense of the king via f5. Might back off to g6 and hit the knight on e4. So check, king b1, queen f5, and it's really game over, whatever. Of course, the knight could drop back and support the knight. But the rook came in first. Rook he1. Now bishop c6 hits the knight again. So here the other knight could drop back and defend, but white gets nothing from this. So Anand gave up the knight. King a1. After bishop takes knight, knight takes on d4. He went on a mad sacrifice. And after pawn takes, rook takes. Here, Kosteniuk is obviously winning, but there's a lovely finish which he missed. Knight b3 is the move. Check, giving up the knight. Because now after a takes b3, queen a5 is check, hitting the rook. Rook a4 interposing, allows queen takes e1 check, king a2, and queen b1. That's a lovely mate. So this has been the Kosteniuk Ragozin in the Ragozin Vienna of the Queen's Gambit decline. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.